Hey, what's up guys and gals? Josh Thomas here from the BitBlock to bring you through our video review for Fluidity Spin Cycle on the Nintendo 3DS eShop. The game supports one player, it's developed by Curve Studios, and it's downloadable right now for $10.99. Fluidity Spin Cycle is all about carefully guiding a puddle of water through maze-like stages to eventually save a magical rainbow spirit. You do this by actually tilting around your Nintendo 3DS system. Some levels focus on simply tilting left to right, while a few others actually mess with gravity, and they allow you to tilt your system completely upside down, which is pretty wacky. Although, I gotta say, personally, I think it's a bit more fun to just tilt left to right. The 360-degree levels aren't bad, but, you know, they can be a bit uncomfortable to play at times. It's not exactly ideal to drastically tilt around the screen that you're trying to focus on. As you splish and splash your way through levels, you'll encounter lots of crazy unique gameplay elements. You can use the L and R triggers to make your puddle jump. There are switches to activate by flooding them, little cogs that need to be washed away to their appropriate destinations. There are fountains, which, I don't know, for some reason, I find the fountains way too much fun to mess around with. And you can even transform your puddle into a solid brick of ice, which is then used to weigh down switches or even stick to walls and the ceiling, which is really cool. Of course, naturally, there are also evil, dirty, blobbish enemies that have to be washed away when they're not looking. Each level has tons of fun with giving the player a task that directly relates to the water mechanic gameplay. You'll encounter many different characters that ask you, the water spirit, to assist them in some sort of crazy, interesting objective. Because you'll be moving around your system so much, Fluidity Spin Cycle actually does not support the system's 3D visuals. While that's a bit disappointing, it obviously totally makes sense as the 3D effect wouldn't work. As far as the art style of the game goes, it's pretty charming and it's, very cool looking. The worlds appear as pages in a book, so you'll often see stuff like white borders that separate each section, almost like, a comic book. There are also some instances where you can even see little boxes of text. It's all pretty cute. Also worth mentioning is how great the water looks and animates. The physics here are pretty top-notch, and moving around definitely looks exactly as it should. The water even distorts whatever is behind it, which I think is kind of fancy. While the art style may not be the most original, things are, a bit basic in their style, it's still a very good-looking game. The soundtrack in Spin Cycle is a bit basic. None of the music is really going to get stuck in your head, in other words. It does, however, get the job done, and in no way sounds bad. It's mostly subtle and almost a bit soothing, which honestly is probably exactly what you would want out of this type of game. The sound effects made from your puddle of water fit perfectly as well. In fact, if you're not careful, the constant sound of water pouring and splashing may make you need to tinkle. With a total of 4 worlds that feature 60 levels in all, there's plenty of content here to keep you wet for quite a while. Each level challenges you to earn a 5-star rating, so if you're up for it, attempting a perfect in each one will definitely add lots of replay value. Those stars are rewarded based on your time and how many water orbs you manage to collect. You can also find hidden puzzle pieces, which eventually unlock special playroom stages. Trust me when I say, some of these can be really challenging to find. Fluidity Spin Cycle is yet another great 3DS eShop title. For $11, I would say you are definitely getting your money's worth here. It provides hours of unique, charming, addictive, water-based puzzle gameplay. Seriously, many times while I was playing this, I was genuinely impressed with how fun and clever the puzzle solving could be. And it's just, kind of fun to play around with virtual water for some reason. I don't know, it's really addictive. I'm not a huge fan of the dark, purpley 360-degree levels, but, they're still not bad. I just kind of prefer the normal stages. Although, I gotta say, taking on bosses in these levels is pretty cool. The game is out right now. If you are looking for an addictive eShop title on your Nintendo 3DS, you really cannot go wrong here.